So recording now, just want to restate what I just said. This is Monday's class. We will almost finish chapter 4 today. We'll need a little bit of time tomorrow morning, and then we can start review tomorrow and Wednesday. So as I was just saying before I hit record, this is a weird place to end the 1730 course. This is about business mathematics, as you know. We're deep into chapter 4. We're about halfway through. We're on page 14 of 27. So we're a little over halfway through. And we've been talking about graphs. So for the first little bit, we did graphs, pie charts. And before that, we looked at mean, median, mode, right? Very straightforward. So we're going to finish this with a topic that is the literal definition of business mathematics. We're going to look at calculating things like cost, selling price, markup, sale price, discount. And my assumption for you guys is, as a pharmacist, pharmacy technician, at some point you will be dealing with cost, because depending on where you live, medicines, prescriptions, they cost money to fill. So this is kind of like the price or the business aspect of working in a pharmacy. I think I told you this before, but when I started university, I was going in to do pharmacy, me and my best friend actually. And just things happened and I fell in love with chemistry and kind of went down that path. But he kept going, and he is a pharmacist to this day. And another friend of mine is a PharmD, so she has her doctorate in pharmacy, and they both work at pharmacies in Canada. And most of their job is behind the scenes, making the medicine or dispensing it or filling prescriptions. My friend who started college with me, he works at the hospital pharmacy, so he does some counseling with patients and things. Pretty interesting work. But depending on where you go, what I'm trying to say here is, depending on where you go, there might be some cost, selling price, markup involved when you're working at a pharmacy. So like in Canada, the Walmart, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Walmart. It's like it's like a Carrefour or a Lulu. It has a pharmacy in the back, and you go and pick up and pay. You have to pay for your prescription. So let's look at some of these terms about kind of like buying and selling things. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms here. Now, this is math. You do not have to memorize the definitions. Like on your math exam, on the assignment, I'm not going to get you to define anything. What this is for is so you know what the words are when I say them. You should know the difference between cost, selling price, markup, sale price, and discount. Okay, so you don't have to memorize the terms, you just have to be familiar with them. Okay, so cost. What does cost mean? You have to think of these numbers from a business standpoint, not a personal standpoint. So, if you go to Lulu today and you tell your friend, whatever, an umbrella, I don't know why I picked umbrella, but an umbrella at Lulu costs 100 real. That's what you are saying. But in this chapter or this section, you need to kind of put yourself in the role of a business. So the cost to a business is what they pay for the item. And this is kind of like business 101. How do you make money? Well, you buy something at cost and then you sell it for more, right? Now, I am not a business person, but I have taught business math a few times at the college. And business 101, if you're going to sell bananas, you buy them for a certain amount. So you pay a cost and then you sell them for more. And then you make money. It's called profit. And we'll talk about profit probably tomorrow. We'll see how far I can get today without rushing. I don't want to rush. Okay, so cost is what the business pays. Selling price is what the customer pays. Okay, so what's markup? Markup is the difference between the two. So markup is how much the price has been increased. If you decrease a price, it's called markdown, but we'll talk about that later. So markup is the difference between the selling price and the cost. We're going to do practice problems on this, don't worry. The rate of markup can also be expressed as a percent. So you can calculate the markup as a percentage, meaning say you buy items from a wholesaler, like you're selling fruit and vegetables. So you go to a farm, you pay for the vegetables at cost, and let's say you mark everything up 50%. That's the rate of markup. Rate, if you ever see the word rate, rate means percent. Okay, sale price. Sale price is what the customer would pay if the item was on sale. Selling price and sale price are not the same. Selling price is what the customer normally pays. Sale price is what they would pay on sale. So when you think of sales in Qatar, you think of like, I know for me, like Ramadan and Eid typically have sales associated with them. In America, you hear of like Cyber Monday or Black Friday. There's some reasons why they're named those things, but they're big sales day in November. So a sale price would be like if you went to Monoprix and it said, Galaxy smartwatch, 3,000 real, now on sale for 2,000 real. The sale price is 2,000. You're getting a sale. Well, whenever there's a sale, there's a discount involved. So again, kind of like what I just said, you go to Monoprix or you go to Fnac or Jarir bookstore and it says, Galaxy smartwatch, regular price 3,000 real, now 2,000 real. That's been discounted. And the discount is the difference between the original price and the sale price. So how much money you're saving. You can also express that as a percent. And this is something you see in Canada. Like again, like when I moved to Qatar, it was so different for me because everything was different. Like I'm used to paying sales tax. I'm used to like the roads are different. I didn't know what a roundabout was until I moved here, right? So like things are so different. But one of the big things I noticed was sales here are typically not given as rates, they're typically given as discounts. So again, like I said, Galaxy smartwatch, regular price 3,000, on sale for 2,000. You in Canada and the United States, you actually wouldn't see that much a lot. What you would see is all smartphones 25% off. And if you browse Amazon, you'll see this a lot. So in North America, we typically look at discounts as rates. So, hey, save 50% today if you buy 2 umbrellas. We see percents a lot. So there's a couple formulas here. These formulas are on your data book or in your formula sheet. When you hear me say data booklet, I'm thinking of chemistry. In math, they call it a formula sheet. So these are there. No formulas in this section you have to memorize, nothing. They're all given to you. So let's look at the formulas. Markup. The selling price of an item, so the item that the customer pays, is equal to what the business pays plus their markup. Like how much money are they adding to it? The markup, again, the price that the business is adding to the item is equal to the rate of the markup times the cost of the item. Just remember what cost is. Cost is what the business pays. All right, let's look at some examples. Example number 1, a jewelry store uses a markup rate of 70% on all items. So every item they sell has been increased 70%. If a pair of earrings cost the store $10, find the selling price. Okay, so there's 2 steps here. Step number 1, how much money are we adding to this? Step number 2, what is the final price that the customer pays? So these earrings cost the business $10, pretty cheap earrings. That's like 30 Canadian real. I don't know what that is in American. I think it's times 3.6. Is there? Well, I don't know. It's like $30 to $40 Canadian or American, depending on how they're doing. Doesn't matter. It's $10. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find the markup. You can just call this M if you want. So the markup is going to be the markup rate times the cost. Okay, well, my markup rate, remember, when you see percentage, it's a rate. So it's going to be 70% times the cost. I'm showing everything here. But remember, we don't use percentages in calculations. So it's going to be 0.70 times 10, which is $7. One thing I'll mention for your final exam. Oops, sorry. Hold on, let me fix that. Make sure you include the $ or the QR symbol. We're not going to deal with any other types of currency. So, I'm not going to be talking about yen or baht or pounds or euros or anything like that. We're going to stick with dollars or reals. So we'll keep it kind of where I'm from and where we live right now. I don't know if everybody here is from Qatar, if you were born here or not, but we'll keep it here, QR and dollar. Okay, so the business is marking up every item 70%. This $10 necklace is being marked up $7. So the selling price, you do not need to write all these formulas out, by the way. Like in business math, we would just say selling price is cost plus markup. So we typically don't write all these words. So my selling price is going to be my cost, $10, plus my markup, $17. Easy, right? That's not too bad. It does get a little harder though. I'll show you an example number 2. All right, example number 2. Be careful here. A television sells for $320. So that's not the cost, that's what it's selling for. The markup is 60% of the cost. Okay, it says find the cost of the television. This is about as hard as they get. And it's not hard. It's just there's a little bit of algebra, algebra involved here. My markup is like, turn this into an equation and look at what you get. Markup is 60% of, which means multiplied by the cost. Okay, and the question is asking me to find the cost of the television. Well, I know that the selling point is equal to the cost plus the markup, but I'm missing a lot of information here. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to think of what letter I should use. I'll just use C. So I'm going to let C equal the cost. So my selling point, or selling price, I guess I could call it, is the cost plus the markup. The markup is 0.60 times the cost. And now I'm going to solve this equation. Now my selling price, I know it's 320 equals C plus 0.60 C. I'm writing a lot for this. You guys don't need to write all this, but I'm just going to solve for C. Okay, so this is it. 320 equals 1.6 C. So C would be 320 over 1.6, and you would get $200. That's it. Again, I wrote a lot there. You don't need to write everything there. Little bit challenging, like meaning I had to use a bit of algebra here. I'm going to ask you guys to try question 3, but once you try question 3, I'll kind of show you the answer, or I'll show you like how I would answer this problem, meaning like I wouldn't write all of this out. So I'll give you guys a minute to just, I'll leave number 2 there because number 3 is exactly the same. But I would like you guys to try this question. It's the same question, just different numbers. A car is sold for 72,000 real. The dealer marked up the price by 40% of the cost. So what was the cost of the car? I'll put myself on mute. I'll be back in like 3 minutes and we'll look at your answer. Feel free to put your answers in the chat and I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Good luck. All right, let's check your answers. I got one answer in the chat. I actually don't know if that's right because I haven't checked. Well, I have the answer key here. Yeah, that's right. When I say I have the answer key, I have the lecture note answers from the D2L open. There's no workings, but yeah, that's right. So let's see. How did we get 51,428 reals? Okay. So a car is sold for $7,200. Okay, so my selling price is 7,200, or not 7,200, 72,000. The dealer has marked up the price of the car by 40% of the cost. So my markup is 40% of the cost. So 40% times C. The problem is I don't know C, but I have enough information to solve this formula. The selling point of a car, or the selling point of anything, is the cost of the item plus the markup. So what I'm going to do is for S, I'll put in this number. For markup, I'll put in this number. So 7,200 reals equals cost plus 0.40 times the cost. And then just solve for C. So 7,200 equals 1.4 C. If somebody in here doesn't know where like 1.4 C comes from, 1 C plus 0.4 C is 1.4. So that's where that's coming from. 1 C plus 0.4 is 1.4. So the cost is going to be 7,200,000, divided by 1.4. Which is 51428.6 real. Now, realistically, guys, let's be honest. What is 0.6 of a real, right? You typically don't see that. So when you're dealing with reals, you are more than welcome to round it to one decimal, or sorry, to the whole number. Like, I'm not going to be looking for decimal. Like, I don't care is what I'm trying to say. So on the exam, I don't care about decimals. On the assignment, you want to be careful, but every question on the assignment tells you how many decimals to write. Again, these are both fine. Okay. Again, typically the stores in this country round the numbers. All right, what else do we have? Example number 4. Okay, here's the plan. I'll do example number 4. I'm going to leave this for you guys to practice. We'll do the next topic. We'll do a bunch of these examples. I'll leave this for you guys to practice. And then I'll just, maybe we'll look at some application problems and check the time. Like, if I didn't have to do many of these application problems, I mean, we could almost finish today. There's very little left. So tomorrow, it should be pretty easy. Okay, so anyways, where was I going? Back up here. So page 16. Okay, what about discount? So discount is kind of like the opposite of what we've been talking about. You know, a business would buy something for cost, sell it for what we would call a profit. Sorry, I just yawned. I need another coffee. They would sell it for something above the cost to make a profit. However, often you see discounts. The business might have to get rid of the item. You know, we call it overstock. Like, they have too much, they need to get rid of it. Maybe it's old, they want to sell something new. So like, I know for me, I typically, like right now I'm looking for a smartwatch. I've never owned one. So when a new version comes out, the old version typically gets discounted. So, you know, like, think of an iPhone. If you're going to buy the iPhone X, I don't know, I don't use iPhones, but I use Android. So yeah, let's say like the Pixel 6 is coming out, the Google Pixel 6, then the Google Pixel 5 would be discounted. So you see a lot of these things during like Eid and Ramadan, or when something new comes out, like PlayStation 5 just came out. Well, if you can find it, I've been trying for months. But that means you can get a PlayStation 4 discounted. So how do you calculate discounts? How do you figure this out? This is so important if you guys ever travel to North America, because when you go to a store in Canada or in US, and say you're shopping, you know, you're on a trip to New York or Toronto, and you want to buy a nice jacket, they're not going to tell you what the sale price is. What they're going to say And this is just, I think it's a part, it's like psychology or something. They like trick you. I don't know how it works, but they will never tell you the real price. You can ask them, they'll calculate it. But what it will say in the store is it will say, jacket, regular price $200 on sale for 20% off the original price. So this question, you don't see a lot in Qatar. Sometimes you do, but I notice back home, and again, if you guys ever come visit me in North America, you go shopping, you'll see this. It'll never tell you the real price. You have to do the math yourself or get, someone at the store to do it for you. So something I grew up with, but definitely very useful. I've traveled, but I don't really know where else that they do this. Like I can't remember if in Europe they give you the percentage or not. But anyways, let's look at this example. $200 leather jacket. That is the selling price. Okay, the sale price. A $200 leather jacket. If you're wondering how would you know the difference between cost and selling price, if it's cost, it will mention it. Like it will explicitly say the business bought the leather jacket at a cost of blank. This discount has nothing to do with cost. This is all about what the consumer will pay. So a $200 leather jacket, that's my sale price or selling point S, right? It's my sale price. Selling price, sale price, same. It's on sale for 20% off. Now, this is a percentage. This is my discount rate. How much should you pay for the jacket? Well, step number one, my discount, oops, sorry, let me clean that up, is the discount rate times the original price. These formulas are too big. So my discount, I'm just going to call that D to make life easier, is 20%. So 0.20 times the original price. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. The 200 is what we would call the original. It's the selling price, like what the consumer pays for it. Sorry about that. I was kind of mixing up the first part and the new part. This is the original price. This is what it costs. A $200 leather jacket is on sale. How much should you pay? This is the selling price. Sorry about that. My brain was thinking of the previous example. So the original price, the jacket costs $200. It's on sale for 20%. So 20% times 200 is $40. So my sale price is the original price minus the discount. So 200 minus 40, $160. I'll do another one just in case I confused you with that. Let me write that again. All right, so you would pay $160. It originally cost $200. It's on sale for $20. You would pay $160. Okay, let's look at a harder one. This one's actually a little harder. A pair of shoes was on sale for $40. Okay, here we go. Sale. It's on sale. So this is my sale price. It's being discounted 20%. So this is my discount rate. And it's asking you to find the original price. That's self-explanatory. Okay, so easy. We know everything we need to know. The sale price is the original price minus the discount. But I don't know the discount, but I can find out what the discount is. The discount is 20% of the original price. So it's 20%, 0.20 times the original price. I'm trying to think if I can give this like a formula here. I'll just say original price. Okay, so we need to find, I'm going to write this down, the whole thing. We need to find the sale price. And the sale price is the original price minus the discount. So I have one little problem here, guys, and I'm using these formulas up here. I'm not even rearranging them. I'm using them as they are. There's one problem here, though, is this doesn't really look like a math equation, does it? Let's let the original price, I don't know, what do you guys think? Original price. Let's let it equal, I don't know, let's just go back to classics. Let's call it X. And this will make more sense when I put in the X. So the sale price is 40. The original is X, and I'm subtracting 0.20 times X. So my original price is X. So wherever I see original, I'm putting in X. And I'm you could call it O, you could call it P. I don't, like, it really doesn't matter what you call it. I'm just gonna call it X. Now, the other thing to think about, guys, is look at what happens when I subtract this. 40 equals 0.80x. Think about this question logically. A pair of shoes costs $40. It's being discounted 20%. What was the original price? That means that we're paying 80% of this price. So like 80%, it was discounted 20%. We're only paying 80% of that price. So this should kind of make sense. It's being discounted. It's less 20%. So we're paying 80%. So now I solve for X. X will be 40 over 0.8. You will get 50. $50 is the original price. That's it. So again, that should make sense. The pair of shoes were on sale for 40. The original price would then be 50. Well, let me do example 3. I'm going to leave the table for you, and then we'll do some problems together, and that'll be it for today. We'll finish this chapter tomorrow. There's one topic left after this. So let's do one more example. And then I'm going to get you guys to try a couple. We won't do all of these. These are for you to practice, but we'll pick a couple of these for you guys to practice. And then we'll look at the answers and halas. So let's look at 3, and we're almost done. A Monopoly game, a board game, is on sale for $9. Okay, so I know my selling price. Or my sale price, I should call it. If the regular price is 15, so that's my original price, find the discount rate. So this is like going backwards. What is the discount, and then what is the discount rate? So first thing I need to do is I need to find the discount. I'm going to erase this, but if I'm trying to find the discount, I need to solve this equation. Times original price. Okay, that's times. So I know the original price, but I need to find the discount first, or I can't solve this. Yeah, I was going to say I can erase that, but no, let's do it. Okay. No, I am going to erase that. I will write this again. I just wanted to show you that I need to find this first. So step number 1, and again, I'm only erasing that because I don't have room. Step number 1, what is the discount? Well, we know the formula for discount is equal to, or we can find the discount by saying, okay, the sale price is equal to the original price minus the discount. Okay, so let's put in our numbers. The sale price is 9. The original price is 15. What's the discount? Now, you guys could solve this in your head, I'm sure. Like, think about it. $15 is on sale for 9. You're saving $6. I mean, you don't need to show me workings for this. But when I do solve this equation, algebraically, it's going to be 15 minus 9, or $6. And you guys could do that in your head. The regular price is 15. The sale price is 9. 15 minus 9, 6. Easy. But the question, that looks like a 2. There we go. The question is asking for the discount rate. So the discount is equal to the discount rate times the original price. So we have 6 equals the rate. I'm just going to put the word rate there, times the original price, which is 15. So my rate will be 6 over 15. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, that's right. 6 divided by 15, 40%. Well, my calculator says 0.4, but it's 40%. So this is a 40% sale. Perfect, Asthma and Kalsum, perfect. Now, guys, I notice in the answer key, that's why I just paused for a second. I'm looking at the answer key. The answer key says 50. It's not. There's no way. It's 40%. I think that's a typo in the answer key. Perfect. It looks hard, guys, and it's just because I'm writing all these formulas down. You don't like you guys, you don't need to show me this step. If it costs, if it like it's regular 15 and you buy it for 9, you guys know that the discount is $6. So you don't have to show me every step. But the rate you need to consider, the discount rate will end up being the discount over the original price. We'll do a couple more of these. I'm going to leave this table for you to practice. And let's look at let's just look at some random problems here. What is it? It's 10:19. So let's just take 10 or 15 more minutes and then Halas will be done. I'm not going to do all of them, and I want you guys to try some of them. So let me just see. Well, how about this for a warm up? Why don't you guys try 1 and 2 just to get ourselves warmed up, and then we'll do a couple later on. So I'll do maybe 1 and 2, and then maybe I'll do like 8 and 9 or something, and then that'll be it for today. The rest you can try yourselves. So try 1 and 2. Okay, and I'll be back. I'm here if you have any questions. I'll be back in a few minutes with the answers, and feel free to put your answers in the chat as well. Okay, so take 5 minutes. I'll be back with the answers to 1 and 2. Oh, and guys, sorry, one thing, sorry. This was correct in the answer key. I was looking at the wrong example. So the answer key did not have a typo. It was fine. The answer key is fine. Sorry about that. I was looking at a different page. All right, anyways, I'll shut up. Good luck. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, let's see what I got in the chat here. Okay. I don't see any right answers except for maybe the last one. Reem, you're very close. Point two. If Reem, you're answering number 2, you're correct. You just have to change it to a decimal. So asthma for number 2, you are correct. Number 2 is 20%. Yeah, Reem, there you go. Perfect. So number 2 looks good. 30.8, I'm confused. Well, I'm not gonna, no, I think I do know where that comes from, but I'll go through number 1 in a minute. Well, I'll go through number 1 now. Let's look at it because a lot of people have number 2 already done. Number 1 is way easier than it looks. A jewelry store uses a markup rate of 80% on all items. If a necklace costs the store $30, find the selling price. So, like, guys, for the people in the chat that said 30.8, I really want you to think about that. The necklace costs the store $30. They're going to mark up the item 80%. So think of the answer $30.08. That is not a very good markup, right? Like 80%, you're marking this up. It should be way bigger than $30, way bigger. Should be 80% bigger. So here's how we figure this one out. First things first, let's think of our formula here. The selling price is the cost plus the markup. You guys were adding, so the people who said 30.08, you were adding the markup rate to this. This is not markup rate. This is markup. This is markup rate. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out the markup. It's the rate times the cost. So it's going to be 80% times $30, which gives you $24. So step 2, now I can find the selling price. It's the cost plus the markup. It's going to be $30 plus $24, $54. That makes more sense. Like, again, if you're selling something, like even just think of 30 real. If you're like, forget about dollars, because I know a lot of you guys might not be familiar with a dollar, which is fine. I don't know anything about many currencies of the world. Think about a real. If you're selling something for 30 real, and I'm telling you we're going to mark it up 80%, would 30.1 reals make sense? Like, that's not a very good markup. However, 54 reals would be a lot more logical. All right, let me check the chat. Yeah, okay, so Reem and Asma both gave me 54 before I put the answer up. That's perfect. Okay, what about number 2? The cost of a baseball glove is $50. Okay, so I know C is going to be $50. Cost C, 50 bucks. 50, we say bucks, $50. A sporting goods store sells it for 60. Find the markup rate. Well, there's a couple things I need to do here. I'm just going to write this down for 1 second and then I'm going to erase it. The markup rate can be found using this formula. Okay, but we cannot find this until we know the markup. So step number 1, let's find the markup. How much money was this increased by? Now, a lot of you guys can do this in your head. The store bought it for $50, 50 reals. If you're more comfortable with reals, 50 reals. And they're selling it for 60. So immediately I know that they've marked this baseball glove up $10. Okay, if you don't know what a baseball glove is either, this is a pretty Western example because it's in dollars and they're talking about the sport of baseball, which I've never seen outside of, like, it's big in Japan and Korea and then North and South America. Anyways, it's like cricket, but they wear gloves. So this is a glove and it's cost $50. Okay, so My selling price is the cost plus the markup. So $60 equals $50 plus whatever the markup is. So this is part one. My markup is going to be 60 minus 50, $10. 10 real, $10, whatever. Okay, step number two. I know that the markup is equal to the rate of markup times the cost. Okay, that's from the formula. I'm writing the formula a little bit shorter. So this is the markup rate times the cost. Okay, so this is going to be 10 equals my markup rate times my cost, which was 50. So my markup rate is going to be 10 over 50, which as Reem said is 0.2, or what we would typically say is 20%. This is so like I never ever want to say something's easy, and I wouldn't say this is easy, but with a bit of practice, you guys will have no problem with these type of questions. I hope, inshallah, right? All right, let's do two more and then halas. I won't. I was hoping to just introduce this page, but we can do this tomorrow. Again, we might need a little bit more time tomorrow, but that's no problem. We'll still have some time tomorrow and all of Wednesday for review. Like there's no way we won't finish this whole course tomorrow. So let's look at a couple more. Let me just see. Find the cost, find the sale price. Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do 8 and 9 and then halas. Okay, we're done. So take a couple minutes. These are a little more challenging. And remember, we're doing something different. And this might help you guys. Let me write the formulas. And I want you guys to try 8 and 9. And then we're done. And the formulas are, this might help you guys with the questions. The sale price is equal to the original price minus the discount. I have to actually look at the formula sheet to do these formulas because I never learned these formulas. Like this is something I have been doing since I ever started getting money. So even like back in the day when my mom would give me like $5 or $10 to go spend somewhere, I'd figure this stuff out by myself because you want to make sure if you're going to buy like a video game or a bicycle or something, you know how much it costs before you get there. Because like I said, back in Canada, they won't tell you the price. You have to calculate it yourself. And then, what's even more frustrating, and I won't get into this in too much detail. Imagine I was buying like a PlayStation 4 in Canada. So it was like $300 with a discount of 30% off. But then in Canada, we have sales tax. So I have to add 15% back to that. But the tax is on the original price, not the sales price. So let that sink in. And then picture like 12-year-old me with like $10 in my pocket trying to buy like, I don't know, a movie or a DVD or something. I'd have to calculate the sales price and the tax and then do all that math. It was anyways. So I don't even have these formulas memorized because I'm so used to doing this growing up. But these are in your data book or your formula sheet. So you don't need to know them. I'm going to stop talking. Good luck. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Then we're done. You guys can escape. All right. So 5 more minutes. Try these two. These are challenging. Good luck. Yeah, I'm just getting a message in the chat here. So this sales price you'll need for the bottom one, and the person in the chat, I didn't. What is your name? Asma. I think you got the right answer for the top one. You'll notice that I didn't read the whole question. This is marked up, so you can use your markup ones for number 8. So the selling price. Sorry, I wrote way too big when I wrote the first formula. The selling price is the cost plus the markup. The markup is the markup rate times cost. Okay, so you'll need the top one for number 8, the bottom one for number 9. I just assumed number 8 and 9 would be about sales. And anyways, I didn't read the whole question. I started talking about taxes and stuff. Went on a detour. So I'll give you another couple minutes to do that. For the top one, there's the 2 formulas. For the bottom one, there's the 2 formulas. All right, so maybe that'll clear some things up for you. Really important you know what the question's asking. So when I see the word marked up, I know I'm dealing with the first 2 equations. When I see the word sale price, I know I'm dealing with the other 2 equations. I'll have all this cleaned up in a minute, and I'll be back with the answers at 10:40. Did anybody, I was just talking for like a minute and I was muted. Did anybody get number 9? I see Asma got number 8, which is 250. I'll agree with you. I'll do the math in a minute. Did anybody get number 9, the sales price of the bracelet? I'm just going to get rid of my writing here. By the way, all of these formulas that I'm using today and the ones I'm going to be using tomorrow are on your formula sheet. So if you took one from the test yesterday, which I encourage, or a lot of you guys took one from the test on the first test, it's all there. So did anybody get the sales price? If not, it's no big deal. I'll go through the answer. Nothing? Okay. Well, it's 10:42, so I'll go through the answers, and that'll be it. And hopefully, I know you guys got some stuff to do, like assignments, and you're busy with other courses, but practicing this would be a good idea. So let's look at number 8. A set of golf clubs sells for $300. Okay, the selling price. If the clubs were marked up 20%. So I mentioned this earlier. The minute I see the word marked up, I start to think about the first two formulas. Okay, it says find the cost of the clubs. So again, the minute I see marked up, I know that I'm going to use this formula. Selling price is equal to the cost plus the markup. The problem is here, I don't know what the markup is. So sorry, I hit the space bar. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to come up with an equation for the markup. The markup is equal to the markup rate times the cost. I'm just using shorthand because I don't want to write everything. Now, and for cost, I'll just say C. Keep life simple. So the markup is going to be 20% or 0.20 times my cost. Now, I know that the selling price is $300. I'm looking to find cost, and I know that the markup is 20% of that cost. Okay, I'm going to erase that arrow in a minute, but that's where my, actually here, let's do this. I'm going to put that in for M, and now I can solve this question. $300 is equal to the cost, 1.20 cost. If you're wondering where I got 1.20, it's because 1C plus 0.20C is 1.2. So cost will end up being 300 over 120, 1.20. And I think that's going to be 250, like Asma said. Asma? 250, yep. Perfect. So the cost is $250. Excellent. So the business is charging 300. They're selling, or they paid. So they're selling it for 300. They paid 250. So every set of golf clubs that they sell, they are making $50. The markup is 50. You could actually go back and find the markup, by the way, because now I could say, oh, well, 0.20 times the cost would be $50. That's not part of the question, but if you were curious, you could find the markup. Anyways, actually, you could find the markup even easier. 300 minus 250 would also work. Okay, number 9, then we're done. A bracelet that regularly sells for $44 is on sale for $25 off. Okay, I see the word sale, and I see what's called a discount rate. Okay, how do I know it's a rate? Because it's $25, or sorry, 25%. Sorry. I've been teaching since like 7:30. I can barely, I'm just so tired right now. So discount rate is 25%. Find the sale price of the bracelet. Now, you might be tempted to call this the sale price, but you have to be careful with the language here. This is the selling price. We would call this the original price. This is what this originally sells for. Okay, the original price is 44. It's on sale for 25% off. What's the new price? And Kalsum says 33, which I think looks pretty good. So let's see. Step number 1. What is the discount? Right? So my discount is my discount rate times the original price. So it's going to be 0.25 times 44. Okay. And it's 11. So the discount is $11. That means my sale price which is my original minus my discount, is my new price. 44 minus 11, $33. Woo! Easy. Maybe not easy. I know when I teach this in business math, we go a little deeper. So in business math, there's some harder types. We're keeping it kind of simple here because, well, you're not in business. So that's it. All right, guys, so I'm finished. Now, before you all leave, just a reminder, I'll have your tests marked and outside my office late tomorrow afternoon. I have the student writing from about 12 to maybe 1:30, and then I'll put them around outside my office. If you don't want to come to school, the grades will be online tomorrow afternoon as well. And tomorrow, Tuesday, we're going to finish this topic. There's not much left. There's only 5 pages left. And a lot of those pages are just examples, right? So we won't be doing every one of these. Maybe we can. It's up to you guys. So tomorrow we have 5 pages left. We'll do that. We'll start review, or depending on how you guys feel. But on Wednesday, sorry, I'll put my answer back up. On Wednesday, we have nothing left to do but review. So that'll be exciting. All right, guys, so that's it for me. If there's any questions, let me know. Other than that, have a great day.